Hello, wanderers of the unknown. Welcome back to Whispering Tales, where hidden truths and forbidden mysteries are revealed. Tonight, I need you to stop everything for just a moment, because what you're about to hear could change the way you see your entire existence. For centuries, powerful forces tried to erase a sacred knowledge about the journey of your soul before you were even born. But in this video, we will bring it back to light. Stay with me until the very end, because once you know this truth, you will never look at your life the same way again. Stop everything you're doing for a moment, because what you're about to hear could change the way you see your entire existence. Have you ever felt that something important was missing in what you were taught about life and death? As if someone had erased a page from the book of your soul? You were right. 12 centuries ago, a manuscript called Codex Anime revealed secrets that religions and rulers have tried to bury. It describes in detail the 7 sacred stages the soul passes through before birth. Knowledge so powerful that if you remembered it, you would never see yourself as a victim again. You would know that you chose your path. You would understand that every challenge, every pain, every love was written by your own hand before you came here. This hidden map explains why nothing in your life is random, why certain people appear at the exact right time, why the hardest obstacles are the very keys to your evolution. And most of all, it reveals that before you were born, you were fully awake, planning this life with love and clarity. Let's begin. Stage 1. The Call of Universal Consciousness. Long before you opened your eyes in this world, something ancient called to you. It wasn't an order. It wasn't a command. It was a vibration, a loving invitation from the center of existence itself. The Codex describes this as a music that travels through dimensions, touching every soul. And when your soul heard it, you remembered, it's time to evolve again. It's time to return to the sacred game of human life. At that moment, you had a choice: to remain in the infinite, or to descend once more into matter. If you are here now, it means you accepted. You chose to live, to love, to grow, to stumble and rise again. Even today, this call echoes. You feel it in the restlessness that makes you search for answers, in the tears that come without reason at a sunset, in the intuition that whispers, there is more to life than this routine. To recognize the call is to remember, you are not just a body. You came here for something greater. Stage 2. The Life Review. Have you ever been haunted by guilt or regret? Thoughts like, if only I had done things differently. According to the Codex, before every birth, your soul goes through a profound life review. You relive every act from past lives, not through judgment, but through empathy. If you hurt someone, you feel their pain. If you inspired them, you feel their joy. No God points a finger. There is no punishment, only truth. This process is not meant to shame you. It is meant to expand your consciousness. When you understand this, guilt loses its grip. Mistakes stop being prisons. They become lessons. Forgiveness is no longer weakness, it is freedom. Imagine pausing now and asking yourself, if I had to review my life today, what would I want to change? What impact do I leave on the people I meet? That awareness alone can transform how you live from this moment forward. Stage 3. The Council of Souls. Have you ever felt like you needed advice but no one could truly guide you? According to the Codex, you were never alone. After the life review, the soul is brought before the Council of Souls, a circle of luminous beings who know you better than you know yourself. They have walked with you across countless lives. They don't judge, they remind. Together, you review the lessons you still want to master, the wounds you still need to heal, the abilities you wish to awaken. You choose allies, teachers, even opponents for the coming life. You sketch the challenges that will push you, the loves that will open you, the losses that will strengthen you. And nothing is imposed. Every choice is made by you in full clarity. When you realize this, life stops feeling random. Intuition becomes guidance from your counsel. Dreams, synchronicities, even obstacles can be seen as parts of a larger plan written with love. Even now, through meditation or silence, you can still hear their whispers. You can still reconnect. sparkles, and this is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll uncover the final stages, how your soul chose its purpose, body, and family, how you crossed the veil of forgetfulness, and how the greatest leap of faith of all, birth, was planned long before your first breath. Part 2. Birth and the Mystery of Forgetfulness. We left off at the moment when the soul had already met the council and drawn its plan. Now comes the most sacred step, the choices that define an entire lifetime. Stage 4. The choice of life purpose. Why do some days feel empty? Why do you carry that silent longing that you were born for, something more, yet can't quite define it? That is not random. It is the echo of Stage 4, the moment your soul chose its purpose before entering this body. Every soul chooses a mission. It might be to heal broken relationships, to develop courage or compassion, to inspire others, or to bring wisdom and creativity into the world. Each mission is unique. Each purpose is irreplaceable. And here's the most empowering truth. Your soul never chooses a purpose it cannot fulfill. Every tool, every seed of talent, every drop of strength you need was already placed within you. Clues are always near. Ask yourself, what stirs my deepest passion? What kind of problems in the world do I feel compelled to solve? What would I gladly do even if no one paid me? The answers whisper your soul's chosen mission. Stage 5. The choice of body and family. Birth isn't a lottery. It isn't chance. According to the Codex, you chose your body, your parents, and the environment before you came here. Yes, even if that family brought pain, even if your body carries limitations, the soul does not think in terms of ego comfort. It sees every scar as a tool, every difficulty as a catalyst. You didn't choose your parents because of appearances. You chose them for the invisible lessons they carry. Perhaps forgiveness, perhaps the breaking of generational cycles. And your body? Its strengths and weaknesses were carefully chosen because they would perfectly match your purpose. Nothing was a mistake. When you embrace this truth, resentment dissolves into understanding. Victimhood transforms into purpose, and suddenly, your story looks completely different, not as random suffering, but as the stage your soul designed with courage. Stage 6. The Veil of Forgetfulness. But if we chose everything, why don't we remember it? The answer is Stage 6, the veil. Before birth, your soul knew it all. Past lives, eternal truths, your mission. But to make the human experience real, you had to forget. Otherwise, life would be like a game where you already know the outcome. The veil was placed with love, not as punishment. It allows you to learn to love in the dark, to trust the invisible, to find your way without a map. And yet, the veil is not perfect. In dreams, in deep intuition, in moments of silence, cracks appear. You feel homesick for somewhere you can't locate. You sense there is something more. That's your soul whispering through the veil. Every time you meditate, listen to your intuition, or notice synchronicities, you are already tearing small holes in that veil. Light leaks through. You begin to remember. Stage 7. The Leap of Faith, Birth. Finally comes the most courageous act of all, birth. The Codex calls it the leap of faith. Imagine this. An eternal consciousness, infinite and wise, dives into the dense physical world. Without guarantees, without memories, only trust. This is the greatest act of bravery a soul can take. You agreed to pain, joy, fear, love, loss. You agreed to forget your true nature so that you could rediscover it step by step. That first cry, that first breath, marks the beginning of the grandest adventure. To live as a human, and through that journey, remember you are divine. And once you know this, it's impossible to go back. Right finger. Now the question is, why was all this hidden? Why were we taught to live as victims instead of creators? That's what we uncover in the next part of the journey. And now you know the 7 sacred stages your soul went through before you were even born. But one question remains. Why was this truth hidden from us for centuries? Because a human being who remembers their divine origin cannot be controlled by fear, guilt, or manipulation. That is why this knowledge was erased, ridiculed, buried. But here you are, listening, remembering. Which means your awakening has already begun. Speech balloon, tell me in the comments, which stage resonated with you the most? Was it the Council of Souls, the Veil, or maybe the Leap of Faith? I read every comment, and your story may inspire someone else on the same journey. If this message stirred something inside you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to Whispering Tales, turn on the bell, and join us as we uncover more forbidden truths hidden from humanity. Because your soul came here to remember. And together, we will.